In this video, we're gonna uncover the top 5 signs that your dog thinks they own you and not the other way around, which leads to a lifetime of stress, a dog that doesn't listen to you, embarrassment, sometimes injuries, sometimes lawsuits, and so much more. But luckily, Uncle Garrett's here, and not only are we gonna tell you those 5 things, we're gonna show you how to flip the script, finally regain control of your dog, your home, and your life so you can live happily ever after with your furry 4-legged companion. Let's get into it. Who's in charge of the relationship between you and your dog? All you gotta simply do to answer that question is look at the behavior at the front door and ask yourself, does your dog think they own the front door? What would that look like? When there's a knock at the door, your dog goes apeshit crazy as the first one there, barking, clawing, acting a fool, and you cannot regain control of the situation. When you open the front door, they shoot out like a bat out of hell. When you come back from a long walk, they shoot in and go right to the water bowl or sit on your spot on the couch, which we'll talk about later. These are all problems. If you can't control or maintain ownership of your front door, your dog owns the rest of your home, the rest of your life, 100% guaranteed. I see it all the time. This is one of the 3 golden rules you must crush, is you must retain or regain ownership of your front door. Now, how do you do that? Obviously, your words aren't working. You can yell at the top of your lungs, stop barking, stop that dog. It ain't helping. Put on a leash. Put the leash on in anticipation of Aunt Susie coming over with those beautiful deviled eggs. Put the leash on when you know the mailman's gonna be coming. Obviously, you're gonna put the leash on before you go for a walk, but use the leash as God intended so that you can talk to your guests or talk to the camera and get perfect, beautiful control with your dog with fingertip pressure. You don't have to use a lot of muscle and force if you know what you're doing. And then, when you do decide to go for that walk, or you do decide to open the door and get that package from whoever, kiss Aunt Susie on the cheek, your dog is behaving like a perfect gentleman or lady. And then when it's time to go for a walk, simply grab the leash, and like a civilized human being and an obedient dog, you simply let them know time for a walk, and they're not gonna act a fool. Watch how it goes. Okay. Folks, get control of your front door and you'll regain control of your life with your dog. It's truly as simple as that. One of the most common signs we can see that a dog thinks they own you and not the other way around is, simply put, when they don't listen to the most basic of commands. They are wilding out like one of them teenagers you used to see on the Maury Povich show, the Montel Williams show, or maybe Dr. Phil. Catch me outside, you know what I'm talking about.
Catch me outside, how about that?
What does that mean?
First thing I want you to understand is, your dog may not understand the words coming out of your mouth, so you can yell and scream at him all day. This is Mr. Bubba here, just got into our program. He doesn't know how to sit her down. Watch, sit, sit, sit. Can't be mad at him, he doesn't know what I'm saying. So instead, first thing you gotta figure out is, do they know what you want? So we can get that sit with a food lure. Ooh, baby. See, that's not him being non-compliant. He just didn't know. Or even better, and you're eventually gonna have to go there, teach them how to respond to leash pressure so that they're butter soft and reliable on the leash so you can get that killer down. And more importantly, you can come out of the back room like the drill sergeant on one of those shows, and when those kids...
Don't cry now, you know why? Because it hurts me too.
In case your dog's wilding out, you grab that leash and you make them sit and you make them down and you make them do the push-ups on the ground, and then the dogs will learn what time it is. You're not a soft, easy pushover mom or dad. You're a badass drill sergeant that demands the best out of your dog. Dogs will not rise to the occasion. They will fall always to the lowest standard that you accept. So start expecting more and your dogs will perform better. If your dog doesn't listen to you whatsoever when it's on leash, more specifically when you're on a walk, it's out pulling, it's out dragging you here, there, and everywhere. It doesn't want to walk with you, and it's dragging you everywhere you go, you've completely lost the game. I'll say it a different way. If you can switch that picture and you can master the walk, which I'm about to do, knock it off, here, heel. This is a totally different picture. It's as simple as that. This dog came into our program acting like a freaking wild animal, probably like your dog. He is allowed to have freedom, but he also needs to be on point when I ask him to be on point. No prong collar needed, though a prong collar goes a long way to help, I can guarantee you that. You want to learn more about how you fix this? We have a ton of videos on YouTube for free. Simply subscribe and check them out. How to get your dog to walk perfectly on a leash in as little as 5 to 10 minutes, 100% guaranteed. You want to dive in deeper? We got a course called The Perfect Walk available at DIYK9.com. Master the walk. A walk a day will keep the dog turner away, but only if you do it right. If your dog thinks they're a real estate mogul and they've parked their happy ass and basically built a hotel all over your home just like it's a game of Monopoly, and they got Boardwalk Park Place and Reading Railroad covered with hotels, and you can no longer play on your own board, meaning You don't have access to your bed anymore. You can't get them off your couch. You can't get them out of your office, out of the corner. You just can't get them to move. Then you got a problem. So let me show you how we get his happy ass as if he was a squatter, which he is, trying to take up home on my couch. If you can't get that squatter evicted in no time flat, let me show you how. Thanos, get off. If you can't do that, then not only do you probably suck at the game of Monopoly, but you are losing at life and definitely at the relationship with your dog. Stay tuned. I'm going to show you how to fix it. 3 ways to evict your dog off the couch and reclaim what's rightfully yours. Starting with number 1. If you got a dog that's a little nasty, kind of growls, barks, and snaps at you when you try to get him off your own freaking couch, you might want to already have a leash on. But if not, come over. Don't ask him to get off. Just hook up the leash. By the way, you can also put on a little micro leash like this for problems such as that. And then what you're going to do is pick one word and one word only. You don't have to yell. You don't have to scream. You don't have to repeat yourself. Stick with that one word. In other words, talk quietly and carry a big stick as the Thanos off. If he refuses to comply, add pressure and evict his ass like a squatter that's in your house with a SWAT team and a flashbang. Number 2, you need to channel your inner badass. Imagine you're at a biker bar and the president of the Hells Angels comes in and you're sitting in his favorite seat. No words need to be spoken. You need to come over with a presence like you own the freaking place, because you do. And if they don't get the picture, you simply sit on them and claim space. If they don't like being sat on, they can move their ass right out of the way. It's as simple as that. And finally, number 3, you may not have the strength to employ tactic number 1 using a leash. You may not have an inner badass, but you can buy an e-collar. Now, with proper use and you knowing how to use it and you properly conditioning your dogs to it, it can also help you empower your voice. In other words, if you tell them to get off and they don't listen, you can basically use this to recall them off or make the couch feel electric, and then they'll fly off. But with proper use of the e-collar, you don't even need to use it once they understand it's in play. Get down. Xena, come on. Thanos, move. That's it. Lickety split, they get off. And then you can reclaim your throne.
You know what's spicier than a Cajun alligator tail? We talking about the best dog training both sides of the Mississippi, available at DIYcanine.com. They got a simple 2-step process. Step 1, go to DIYcanine.com. Step 2, buy the course you need to train your dog to be the best that it can be, 100% guaranteed. They even got a 30-day money-back guaranteed. If you're not 100% satisfied, you get all your money back. You know what we call that? That's money, dude. You can put that on a cracker.
One of the top signs that your dog owns you and not the other way around is what we refer to as body positioning, or where you are in space. One of the telltale signs is if you're sitting here like this with your dog on a leash, who's out front? And when you go to meet someone, well, am I meeting you and shaking your hand and I have to go over my dog while my dog's interfering and sniffing your crotch and getting all up in your business? That means he's owning the entire conversation with his body. Instead, you need to claim space. He can be just as big and bad from here while I reach out and grab that package and shake a hand. Let me give you some other instances. If your dog is in your way, let's say in the hallway, in the kitchen or whatever, and they don't move out of the way when you enter the room, we got a problem. They gotta be walking on eggshells around you and not the other way around. Let me give you an example. If you're walking down the hallway and coming the other direction as the President of the United States, and there's only room for one of you to pass, which one of you is gonna be getting out of the way so the other can pass? We already know what the answer is. You're gonna be putting your ass up against the wall, letting him and his entire entourage claim space and walk down the hallway. And it needs to be the same with you and your dog. You are the owner of your dog. You are the President of the United States, or at least your freaking castle. So act that way. Let your dog know in certain terms what time it is. Do not let your dog sit on you, lean on you, and claim space in and around your home. We see it all the time, and it needs to stop. In closing, if you want to finally take back ownership, whether you just got a brand new puppy like Mr. Bubba here who don't know diddly squat, or you got an out-of-control dog for a couple of years now, you just got it from a shelter, and you want to turn it into a stud McMuffin like Thanos or any of the other dogs that come through our board and train programs, it's real simple. Hit the subscribe button, baby. We got hundreds and thousands of free videos available on YouTube. We even have free courses available at our platform, DIYcanine.com, where we're helping owners like you from all over the world learn how to raise and train their dogs to be the best that they can be. Literally 100% guarantee on that promise. And if you want to not do it yourself, you want us to truly help you take over the reins, literally grab the leash from you and do it for you, American Standard Dog Training, baby. We have the best board and train programs in the entire world. We got trainers all over the country, a couple all over the world. We're going to be adding to that slowly but surely in our Academy for Professional Dog Trainers. Check that out if you're interested. But anyways, either which way, It's our mission in life to help you get your dog across the finish line and turn your dog into the best companion you could ever ask for. If you want help with that, we got so many ways we can help you. You can even start off right now by clicking this video right here. This video got 300,000 views in just a couple weeks, and it's how to get your dog to finally listen to you the first time every time. We'll see you in that video, or we'll see you at DIYcanine.com. See you there.